So yeah, this is actually, it's a bit strange because I just said all the same things before. It's actually Selina's workshop. So I think most of you know her.
No, we don't know.
No?
No.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So Selina is doing, so but she's been here for almost 2 years now.
Okay.
And she's producing all the videos, all the pictures, a lot of the graphics too. So everything you see, except for my shaky stories, it's usually her. I asked her because we wanted to, over the 2 days, we want to give you as much useful information as possible. As a brand in Germany, we are our own resellers, we are our own distributors. So we have to do the same that you do, meaning advertising, events, everything. We're organizing it here. I mean, you've probably seen it, the events. You see, I mean, the Instagram page we have is basically the global page, so everyone can see it, but also we're focusing it a little bit on Germany. What we're doing at the moment compared to before is we're focusing probably 70% on Instagram, 20% on TikTok, a tiny little bit on Facebook, and then also in advertising on Amazon. The thing with Amazon is, Amazon here in Germany is definitely the biggest reseller of car care there is. They have the widest selection, the fastest shipping, and the thing is, a lot of people here use Amazon to search for products. So you have to sort of advertise on Amazon, but if you want to advertise on Amazon, your products have to be on Amazon, and you have to be in the buy box. So this is why we're handling the business in Germany a little bit differently than in other countries, because in Germany we have contracts with the resellers that they cannot use, that they cannot sell on Amazon, so that we have the buy box, but only for us to be able to advertise. Most of the budget goes to social media, since Instagram for us currently is still the biggest. We will focus on Instagram today. Of course, we can talk about TikTok, Facebook, whatever, no problem. But in principle, it all sort of works a little bit the same, but we'll focus on Instagram. With Instagram, you've probably seen our main page. The look of the main page is, let's say, quite consistent. It's important to use the right logo size, right aspect ratio. Put some things in the bio, especially stuff that makes you special. If you don't know what makes you special, I will sort of, you can ask ChatGPT, but we'll do that in the AI workshop, and just make a good first impression. You know how to make good first impression, yeah. So.
I'm getting late half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm glad you said it yourself. So, yeah, make sure it's a business profile, not a private profile, and then you can use one external link, which should obviously go to your local Nanolex page. It's important to just test the different perspectives. It's overall, I think it's important to develop your own style. Of course, sort of ideally staying in the Nanolex brand identity when it comes to color schemes and everything. But then, usually everyone intuitively has their own style. But it's important to realize that you have it. You have it, but think about what makes it unique, because this is what people want to see. They don't want to see, what someone else already did, but they would like to see your focus, and with your stories and reels and everything, you can express, your view and your approach on the subject. When you're cleaning wheels, everyone will have a different way of doing it a little bit, a different approach, use it in a different sequence. I think the most engaging content will be to show what makes it different and explain it. especially when you're doing stories. I think maybe you heard it before, but actually Instagram sort of likes it and pushes it if you're talking to the camera, but like this. Not with the camera set up like this, but actually holding your phone, not have someone else holding the phone, but you're holding the phone and you're talking into the phone. I haven't done it. I'm sort of warming up with the last two stories that I did where I didn't talk, but obviously you need to start talking. I mean, you don't have to start talking. It's the most uncomfortable thing. I know, no one likes doing it, but if you do it, it makes a very big difference. You will also see an engagement because people will realize, okay, you're talking to them, and then you will start a conversation, and then you have the engagement going from the start. It's the easiest way to sort of start it. It's the same, for example, I know it's uncomfortable, but I mean, we're shooting YouTube as we speak. You know, I have the microphone. I didn't like it at first. I mean, it's not like I'm a big fan now, but the thing is, if you're looking at growth, the biggest growth we had over the last year was on YouTube, even though we were not consistent on YouTube because we should shoot a lot more. We grew from 2,500 subscribers on YouTube to now 23,000 within 1 year. I personally think mainly because on YouTube you have less competition. Also a geographical thing, because when I had the, let's say, more or less viral video where I said, oh, we're looking for detailers and distributors, 80% of the DMs I had, we had 180 comments and a lot of direct messages. Most of them were from the UK. A lot of them were from the Netherlands and Belgium. A few were from Germany, and then a few were from Poland. But you can see it's very different depending on the country. And it's switching, you know, from Facebook to Instagram, from Instagram to TikTok. Actually, TikTok, I think at the moment, when it comes to your personal interests, TikTok has probably the best algorithm. So it will definitely grow. So TikTok is sort of the growing market. Instagram is what you need to focus on. But from what I see, and I mean, I like the topic, I'm looking into it a lot, it's interesting to me. I think that TikTok at the moment is where you grow. Instagram, very difficult, but then also YouTube, if you make the content, if you look at our YouTube videos, I mean, I'm always sharing them with you, so maybe you saw them. The YouTube videos, I'm doing the content which is very specific to like certain issues, like how do I clean my car that has PPF after a track day. Very niche, but it gets a lot of views. Because your competition when it comes to those topics is extremely small. No one else is doing it. And a lot of people are using YouTube as a search engine. So if someone is looking for PPF and how to apply it, a lot of them, probably you will do the same, you're looking on TikTok. You know, there's a new product you want to know about, sorry, on YouTube, not on TikTok. So there's a new product, you want to see it, or a car review, you will look on YouTube. You know, a new product, you will look on YouTube. But let's say the barrier of entry on YouTube to produce your own content is relatively high. But if you do it, the reward is very big. When you're posting, it's important to keep some kind of regularity, so not post, you know, 1 time a week and then 5 times a week and then 2 times a week. Keep the feed as uniform as possible with the colors so it doesn't look all over the place. We use a lot of purple, as you can tell. TikTok wants you to do everything in TikTok. Maybe CapCut is fine because CapCut is a TikTok app, so CapCut is okay, but TikTok in principle wants you to use TikTok. And when you use TikTok and you download it and you upload it to Instagram, Instagram doesn't like it. If you do an Instagram video and you upload it to TikTok, TikTok doesn't like it. So if you're shooting content, you know, edit it on TikTok for TikTok, or with CapCut. And then also it's important to use the right music. We would always suggest to use the trending music of the moment. I guess over time it's just experience. I mean, we are now 4 people on the Instagram account where Josh is shooting content. I mean, we're trying to obviously structure and organize it, but it's Josh, Selena, Chris, and myself. Sort of trying to capture everything. Actually, what I see, because in the stories, it's very easy to comprehend what people like, because they will like the stories. And you can see which stories are liked more than others. And what we can see, the stories people like most is all the behind the scenes stuff. Nomi is taking a shit, someone is producing something, you know, where you see how, you know, it's mixed, you know, you're doing something stupid at the office, you know, it's like no one wants to see how you wash your car. The most engagement you will get when you speak directly to the camera, and then, yeah, do behind the scenes stuff and, you know, of course, wash a car as well, but then I would sort of compartmentalize it in a way where, if it's possible, if you like to do it, I would do like the actual detailing stuff where you're cleaning an exhaust tip for 2 hours. You do it on YouTube. You know, if your dog, you know, climbs into the exhaust tip, you do it for TikTok. You know, and then if you do a before and after, you do it for Instagram.